Hi, Frank Scorpion here. You know, years ago when I was in my depression and I had really intense anxiety, I remember I was just saying to myself and praying, I said, if I ever get out of this, I'm going to try and do something to help people the best way I can. And so that's why I'm making these videos. I had the good fortune of having a lot of people around me that were support. I had a support network people were ready to help me in any way that I could. And one of the reasons they were there for me is because I was reaching out to people. I mean, I was saying, look, I'm not feeling good right now. I'm going through really intense anxiety, or I didn't want to do things, I didn't want to go out. So people were aware of it. So I think that's the first step I'd like to tell you, is that if you're going through a rough time, there's so much stigma surrounding this whole issue of anxiety and depression or whatever, and we seem, we suffer with this alone. We're afraid of judgment. We're afraid more of what other people think of ourselves than of us actually trying to reach out. Here's the thing about reaching out to people, in my experience, is that more often than not, people aren't going to judge you. People are there for you. They really are, because everybody's going through stuff. I mean, people are going through stuff in their own lives, and you might think that everybody else's life is going so great and yours isn't. Step number one is you got to acknowledge the fact that you might be going through a lot of anxiety, and you might be going through a depression or something. And then you start asking yourself, and you start judging yourself. You start saying, well, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? How come everybody's doing so well? Well, here's the thing about everybody else. They're not doing that great. That's my experience. Everybody's going through stuff more and more and more. And everybody's hiding. Everybody's pretending. Everybody's pretending everything's going great. It's not going that great for everybody. It's really not. You know that medication prescriptions have just skyrocketed in the last few years. And we're starting to give medication to kids younger and younger and younger. And we're pretending that everything's fine. So this is what I want to say, is that the more we kind of hide, the more we say, I'll get through this by myself. I don't want anybody to know. I don't want to tell my friends. I don't want to tell my family. I don't want to tell my colleagues at work. The longer you're going to perpetuate this feeling, the longer you're going to feel alone. You're going to feel isolated, and it's crazy because so many sort of feelings of discomfort that we can feel, whether it's stomach aches or back aches or headaches or tension or exhaustion, are the result of what it is that we're holding inside of ourselves. This sort of lack of connection from other people. And who says everybody's supposed to go through life like a breeze? That uncomfortable feeling you're feeling, whether it's headaches or stomach aches or exhaustion or anxiety, these uncomfortable feelings, you know what that is? That's a messenger. That's telling you to wake up. It's something within you that is not something wrong with you, but something right with you that's trying to break through. Now, I've said this on other videos, but it needs to be told over and over again. There's something within you that you want to do or say or create or change your perspective on so that you can find a level of inner peace. So stop stigmatizing yourself with this. There's something really healthy about going through this stuff. Feels like hell. That I know. I went through it. I really went deep into it. But I got myself out of it without the use of medication. And it got me back on track. It got me back on track. It got me reconnected with who I am more than thinking about who I'm supposed to be. And a lot of people who are going through feelings of anxiety or depression or exhaustion or headaches. I just heard something about this girl who had migraines. And migraines are just this inner resistance between what she really wants to do with her life and all the stuff that's going on mentally that's just preventing her from doing it. Just talking about it, opening up to somebody that you trust, somebody that you can just say, I'm going through a rough time right now. I might be confused right now. I don't even know how to express this to you. But if somebody who can just sit there, and for anybody who may not be in a depression, but has somebody in their life, or a family member or a friend or something, that is going through a rough time. One of the best things that you can do is just sit there and just listen to them. Provide just a caring, loving space for them, to express. And I think sometimes one of the best things that we can say to another person when they're going through something like that is just say, if somebody says, sometimes I'm really afraid, or sometimes I'm really anxious. Well, some of the best things you can say to somebody in that moment is just, from a heartfelt space, say, yeah, me too. Because all of us, here's the truth, all of us have aspects of anxiety and depression and burnout and fear all within us. As we have anger and joy and pleasure, we have that as well within us. So who says we're always supposed to be just, feeling great all the time? It's impossible. It's not reality. So I hope that helps. Reach out. There's nothing wrong with you. There's just something stronger, something more you that's trying to break through. That's what I truly, honestly believe. And so take care.